The night shift at Blackwater Morgue was always quiet. Too quiet. But on October 12th, forensic technician Daniel Reeves noticed something different the moment he stepped inside. The air felt heavier than usual, like the room itself was holding its breath. The lights above flickered weakly, and the cold metal tables seemed almost wet, as if someone had just cleaned them in a hurry. Daniel walked deeper into the morgue, passing the cold storage lockers. Each one had a tag, names, numbers, times of death. But locker number 47 was missing its tag. The door was slightly open, just an inch, enough for a sliver of cold fog to spill out onto the floor. He frowned. "We didn't bring in anyone new today," he muttered. He slowly pushed the door shut, but before it clicked, something tapped from the inside. 3 slow, deliberate knocks. He froze. Bodies don't knock. He stepped back instinctively, staring at the metal door. The knock didn't repeat. Instead, a soft sound floated from the autopsy room behind him. Breathing. Weak, shaky breathing. Daniel turned around and felt his stomach drop. One of the bodies on table 3 was sitting upright. A woman, pale, eyes open, staring directly at him. She was supposed to be dead. He performed the external exam himself just hours earlier. "Ma'am, can you hear me?" he whispered stupidly, though every part of him told him to run. The woman didn't blink, didn't move, didn't even seem alive. Her eyes were glassy, fixed on the ceiling, but her mouth was smiling, slowly, unnaturally slowly. Daniel grabbed his phone to call security, but the moment he dialed, the lights went out. Pitch black, total silence. Then, the cold storage lockers started opening one by one. Soft metallic clicks echoed in the darkness. 12, 18, 26, all opening, one after another. Daniel backed against the wall, his breath shaking, the phone trembling in his hand. A dim red emergency light flickered on overhead, painting the room in blood-colored shadows. Every locker door was now open, except for number 47, the only one that should have stayed shut. The woman on table 3 slowly turned her head toward Daniel, vertebrae cracking as she twisted far beyond what was humanly possible. "You took something," she whispered, her voice echoing through the room like multiple voices overlapping. Daniel shook his head in terror. I didn't take anything." Her smile widened, stretching her face unnaturally. "You opened his locker." Daniel's heart dropped. "Whose?" All the locker doors slammed shut at once. The entire morgue shook. And then, number 47 opened by itself. Inside, there was no body, just a black plastic bag lying flat, with something moving inside it, slowly, breathing. The bag unzipped from the inside. Daniel ran toward the exit, but the heavy morgue door slammed shut before he reached it. Something cold grabbed his ankle. He fell hard, his flashlight rolling away. The red light flickered again, revealing a tall figure crawling out of locker 47. Skin gray, eyes white, mouth sewn shut. It crawled toward him on all fours, joints bending the wrong way, breath rattling like broken glass. Daniel screamed and kicked, but the thing grabbed his wrist. Cold, strong, impossible to break free from. The sewn mouth split open with a wet, tearing sound, revealing rows of black teeth, and with a voice that didn't belong to anything living, it whispered, "You shouldn't have heard us breathe." Daniel's scream echoed off the steel walls as the creature's grip tightened around his wrist, its nails digging into his skin like needles of ice. The thing dragged itself closer, bones clicking, shoulders dislocating and snapping back, as if its body didn't obey the same rules as anything human. Daniel tried to pull back, but the floor beneath him felt slippery, coated with a thin layer of cold moisture seeping out from the open lockers. "Let me go, please," he gasped, but the creature only lowered its head closer to his chest, inhaling deeply as if smelling his fear. Its voice came out broken, layered, unnatural. "Daniel Reeves, technician, drawer operator." It knew his name. The sewn mouth had ripped completely open now, stretching across its face like a black wound. "We never sleep, because you won't let us." Before Daniel could react, every single cold locker door snapped open again, this time violently, banging against the walls. Bodies, hundreds of them, started shifting inside the drawers. Some turned their heads, some sat up, some simply dropped to the floor with heavy, wet thuds. The morgue filled with soft groans, whispers, dragging noises. Daniel crawled backward, trembling uncontrollably. "I didn't do anything to you," he cried. The creature leaned closer, the smell of rot filling the air. "You took his ring." Daniel froze. The ring, he remembered now. Earlier that day, he found a gold ring in the pocket of an unidentified corpse, male, mid-40s, cause of death unknown. He had placed it temporarily in his lab tray to log it later, but in the chaos, he forgot. The body had been moved to locker 47. The creature tilted its head so far sideways that its ear nearly touched its shoulder. He wants it back. Daniel reached into his pocket with shaking hands. The ring was still there. He held it up. "Take it! Just take it!" The creature didn't move. Instead, every single corpse in the room went silent, staring at him with dead, lifeless eyes. Daniel stood slowly, stepping toward the creature, holding the ring at arm's length. "Here, just leave me alone." A long gray hand reached out but didn't grab the ring. Instead, it pushed Daniel's hand downward, forcing him to kneel. The voice whispered, "Put it on." Daniel's breath hitched. "What?" The corpses began to whisper in unison, a low, growing chant. "Put it on, put it on, put it on." The creature grabbed his wrist and lifted the ring to Daniel's own finger. He tried to resist, but its strength was inhuman. The moment the ring touched his skin, a burning cold shot up his arm. Daniel screamed as visions flooded his mind. Blood, a struggle, a murder on a hospital floor, someone hiding a body, sealing a mouth shut, dragging it to locker 47. The dead man had been killed, and the killer was still walking free. Daniel collapsed to the ground as the visions ended. The creature released him, crawling backward toward the open locker. "Now you know. Now you carry him." Daniel looked at his hand. The ring had fused to his skin. His veins turned black, spreading up his arm. The corpses started moving toward him slowly, forming a circle. The morgue door unlocked by itself. The exit swung open. The creature pointed to the hallway. Find his killer, or take his place. Daniel staggered to his feet, barely able to breathe. The moment he stepped outside the morgue, the lights behind him went dark again. The door slammed shut.